Well, it's been a spectacular start by Pakistan in this three-match T20 series. Pakistan making 201 for 7 in their 20 overs. Salman Agha, the captain, leading from the front with that fabulous knock of 56. And Shadab Khan and Hassan Nawaz adding in those much-needed middle-order runs, which is why Pakistan were able to make 201 for 7 in their 20 overs. In response, Bangladesh were bundled out for 164. Liton Das was their top scorer, but Pakistan managed to take enough wickets in the middle and break all those partnerships. Hassan Ali was the star of the show, taking a fifer in this particular T20 international. Pakistan winning this game by 37 runs. Hello and welcome to Pitchside. A huge congratulations to Pakistan for starting things off on a positive note, winning this T20 international. The platform was laid out at the top by that middle order, Hassan Nawaz, Shadab Khan and Agha Salman, everybody chipping in with some useful runs and making 200, that too at a decent strike rate. And then in response, Hassan Ali was leading the charge on the wickets front, taking those 5 wickets. So plenty to celebrate for Pakistan. Of course, lots to reflect for from a Bangladesh perspective. But talking about today's game, we've got a very, very special guest on our show on Pitchside. Hassan Nawaz joins us alongside Amir Suhail. Hassan, a huge congratulations. पहले तो सबसे पहले मुबारक हो कि आप पहला T20 इंटरनेशनल जीते हैं. थोड़ा सा ये बताएं कि आने से पहले आज क्या टीम टॉक थी, क्या प्रेपरेशंस, उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा बताएं. बिकॉज PSL से आ रहे हैं, ऑब्वियसली अभी ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं था between this series and that. So what was the discussion with the new head coach, Mike Hassan?
बिल्कुल माइक हसन ने हम सबको जो सारों को प्लान दे दिया है कि आपने इस पोजीशन पे खेलना है. सारों ने मुझे अब नंबर 5 का दिया है और सारों को एक ही उसने बोला है कि जो आपका जो आगे स्टार है ना, इसके लिए खेलना है, नाम के लिए नहीं खेलना. तो अब सारे इसी माइंडसेट से खेल रहे हैं.
अच्छा, आप जैसे कि आपने कहा कि स्टार के लिए खेलना है, और सो यहाँ पे वो एक टीम कल्चर जिसकी हम बात करते हैं उसकी बारे में डिस्कशन हुई है कि किस तरह से आपने टीम के लिए खेलना है एज अपोज टू अपने माइलस्टोन्स या रन्स के लिए.
बिल्कुल ऐसे ही.
अच्छा, ये बताएं कि आपकी जो पर्सनल अगर इनिंग्स को देखा जाए तो 6 हिटिंग आपकी बहुत ही, जिसे कहते हैं ना, एक स्ट्रेंथ नज़र आ रही है. PSL में भी नज़र आई, अभी भी नज़र आई. उस पर कितना काम, कितनी मेहनत की ज़रूरत होती है?
बिल्कुल, ये थोड़ा मेरा नेचुरल भी है और इस पे मैंने थोड़ा बहुत काम भी किया है. अभी और भी काम कर रहा हूँ अनिफ भाई हमारे जो बैटिंग कोच हैं उनके साथ, और रोटेशन पे भी काम कर रहा हूँ. वो थोड़ा मैं फंस रहा था पहले, लेकिन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अब उस पर काम कर रहा हूँ, वो भी बेहतर हो रही है और चला कोशिश यही है कि इससे भी बेहतर करूँ.
अच्छा, अभी आपने कहा कि कोच ने आपको जो नंबर असाइन किया वो नंबर 5 है. पहले आप ओपन कर रहे थे, अब नंबर 5 पे हो. मुझे ये बताओ कि जो एडजस्टमेंट करनी पड़ रही थी वो आसानी से हो गई या उसमें थोड़ी सी मुश्किल नज़र आ रही है?
मुझे लगता है आसानी से हो गई. मुझे लगता है कि शायद मैं ओपन से अच्छा मिडिल ऑर्डर में खेल रहा हूँ, क्योंकि मैंने पूरा PSL मिडिल ऑर्डर में खेला और उसमें मैंने काफ़ी मैचेस भी जिताया. अब मुझे उस चीज़ का भी कॉन्फिडेंस है और अब कोशिश यही है कि मिडिल ऑर्डर में खेलूँ.
अच्छा, पहले जब आप न्यूजीलैंड के ख़िलाफ़ खेले तो आप हर गेंद के ऊपर छक्का ही मारने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, लेकिन अभी जो हमने PSL में देखा और आज देखा, जो ख़ुद भी आपने कहा कि अब मुझे रोटेशन करनी आ रही है, उससे आसानी. सो पहले एंजॉय कर रहे थे बैटिंग, या अब ज़्यादा आसान नज़र आ रही है?
अब ज़्यादा इजी लग रही है, क्योंकि आपको इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट में इतने ज़्यादा बैट बॉल नहीं देते, सारे अच्छी जगह पे बॉल कर रहे होते हैं. तो मैंने न्यूजीलैंड में जब आया वापस तो अपनी वीडियोस वगैरह देखी, तो बिल्कुल मैं जो अच्छा बॉल होता था उसको भी मार रहा था. तो अब आके मैंने इस पर काम किया, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह उसमें सक्सेस मिल रही है.
एंड इसमें यू नो व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट योर इनिंग्स, स्ट्राइक रोटेशन वो कितनी इंपॉर्टेंट होती है? बिकॉज व्हेनेवर यू आर सॉर्ट ऑफ बिल्डिंग एन इनिंग्स, तो एक तो 6 हिटिंग, बाउंड्री हिटिंग एबिलिटी होती है, बट हैविंग दैट एबिलिटी टू मेकिंग श्योर कि यू आर सॉर्ट ऑफ टेकिंग दोस सिंगल्स एंड डबल्स.
बिल्कुल, आपको पार्टनरशिप लगानी पड़ती है मिडल में. जैसे ऊपर से हमारे 3-4 आउट हुए तो आगा और मैंने यही प्लान किया था कि पार्टनरशिप लगा लेंगे, लेकिन मुझे ये भी है कि मैं जब दिल करे छक्का मार सकता हूँ, तो उस चीज़ पे भी मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस होता है और इसलिए मैं थोड़ा रोटेट कर रहा था. और मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि ये इनिंग में थोड़ा और अच्छा खेल सकता था, क्योंकि टीम को ज़रूरत थी और मुझे अच्छा बॉल नज़र भी आ रहा था, तो मैं और अच्छा खेल सकता था.
मुझे ये बताओ, जब आप पार्टनरशिप कर रहे होते हो तो कई दफ़ा आपका दिन नहीं होता कि एक जो अच्छी बॉलिंग कर रहा है बॉलर, तो उससे आपसे लग नहीं रही होती, तो क्या आप अपने दूसरे पार्टनर को कहते हैं कि इसको आप संभालो बाकी मैं संभाल लूँगा?
बिल्कुल यही प्लान होता है। अब जब हम उन्होंने सीधा कहा कि यार आपको जो बॉल मुश्किल लगे, जो बॉलर मुश्किल लगे तो वो मुझे दे देना। तो यही होता है, कोई बॉलर मुझे इजी लग रहा होता है, कोई बॉलर मुझे मुश्किल लग रहा होता है, तो ये बिल्कुल प्लान करते हैं हम पिच पे।
बड़ा हो गया ये।
नहीं, बड़ी अच्छी बात है टू सी के प्लेयर्स आर इवॉल्विंग और बेहतरी की तरफ जा रही हैं चीज़ें। ये बताएं हसन के एक जो हमेशा एक क्रिटिसिज्म आती थी पाकिस्तान की टीम पे, वो थी कि जी अप्रोच पे, कि जी मॉडर्न डे अप्रोच नहीं है, देर स्टिल प्लेइंग 90s की क्रिकेट उस तरह से। आज एक रिफ्रेशिंग अप्रोच नज़र आई मिडल ऑर्डर से, जहाँ देखा कि इंटेंट नज़र आ रही थी। तो इस पे भी डिस्कशन हुई है कि इंटेंट कैसी होनी चाहिए?
बिल्कुल इसी चीज़ पे बात हुई। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अब हमारे जितने भी यंगस्टर आ रहे हैं वो सारे एग्रेसिव क्रिकेट खेलते हैं, तो सारों को यही प्लान दिया हुआ है कि ये नहीं है कि आपने हर बॉल पे ही मारनी है, आपको जो बॉल मिले उस पर ज़रूर ट्राई करो। तो सारों का प्लान एक ही पेज पे हम सारे के अच्छे स्ट्राइक रेट से खेलना।
जनाब एक चीज़ मैं ऐड करना चाहूँगा, जो अच्छी चीज़ हुई है जिससे आपको इंटेंट नज़र आ रही है, आपने इन फॉर्म प्लेयर सेलेक्ट किए हैं। जो पीएसएल के इन फॉर्म प्लेयर्स से जब वो आएंगे टीम का हिस्सा बनेंगे तो आपको इंटेंट और पॉजिटिविटी नज़र आएगी, क्योंकि जब आपके दिलो दिमाग में कॉन्फिडेंस होता है और अपने ऊपर भरोसा होगा तो चीज़ें ठीक होंगी।
बिल्कुल सही बात आमिर भाई ने की। ये बताएं कि शादाब ऑब्वियसली उन्होंने भी बड़ी अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस दी आज, आप सबने कंट्रीब्यूट किया। सलमान आगा कैसे कैप्टन है? बिकॉज ही सीम्स वेरी कंपोज्ड एटलीस्ट फ्रॉम व्हाट वी सी, बट कैसे कैप्टन है ऑफ द?
देखें बिल्कुल फ्रेंड की तरह है। अब मैच ख़त्म हुआ है, हम मतलब जैसे कैप्टन से बंदा डरता है कि यार ये कुछ गलत ना बोल दूं, वो कहता है कि यार मुझे बेशक गोल ही दो लेकिन ग्राउंड में आप अपना 100% दो। तो बिल्कुल हम इंजॉय करते हैं। अब ग्राउंड में भी प्रेशर नहीं होता किसी चीज़ का और इंजॉय करते हैं बस।
ठीक है, आपकी जो एक जर्नी रही है इनटू कमिंग इनटू इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट, वो कितना चैलेंज था आपका कि अब आप यू प्लेइंग, आपने पीएसएल भी खेला, आपने वो कितना बड़ा आपके लिए चैलेंज रहा?
बिल्कुल बहुत ज़्यादा, क्योंकि जिस जगह से मैं हूँ वहाँ पे शायद कोई फर्स्ट क्लास क्रिकेटर भी नहीं होगा। लैया से सारी टेप बॉल क्रिकेट थी। शुरू में बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल थी, जिसे भी कहता था सारे पागल कहते थे कि यार इंटरनेशनल, उनकी तो सोच भी शायद ना हो इस चीज़ की। तो बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रगल किया। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह इसमें मेरी एक सिस्टर है, उसने बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प की मेरी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, जिसमें अब पाकिस्तान भी खेला हूँ।
चलें, उम्मीद ये करते हैं आप इसी तरह खेलते रहें। फेवरेट प्लेयर आपका कोई जिससे आप इंस्पायर्ड हों अपनी लाइफ में, जिसको देख के आपने कहा हो कि मैंने भी बैटिंग करनी?
बिल्कुल स्टार्ट से ही मुझे शुएब मलिक बहुत अच्छे लगते थे, उनकी फ़िटनेस और उनका खेलना सारा।
देखिए वाकई ये तो बहुत नज़र आता है। और फिटनेस, इनफैक्ट फिटनेस की बात की आपने, अगेन हमेशा हम कहते हैं कि प्लेयर्स को और मज़ीद काम करना चाहिए फ़िटनेस पे। आप लगता है कि बहुत सीरियसली लेते हैं अपनी फ़िटनेस को, एंड मतलब उस ट्रेनिंग के बारे में थोड़ा सा बताएं।
बिल्कुल फ़िटनेस और फील्डिंग पे कोशिश करता हूँ कि ज़्यादा टाइम दूँ, और फिटनेस जिम वगैरह स्विमिंग वगैरह सारों पे अपना प्लान दिया हुआ है मेरे ट्रेनर ने, तो सारा उसी पे काम करता हूँ।
आमिर, आपने बात की कि जो इन फॉर्म प्लेयर्स थे उनको खिलाया गया है। हसन अली ने भी अच्छी बॉलिंग की थी पीएसएल में, एंड नाउ सीइंग हिम कि जिस तरह से उन्होंने परफॉर्म किया, 5 विकेट्स हासिल की, तो गुड टू सी दैट ही इज़ रिटर्न्ड विद दिस काइंड ऑफ अ परफॉर्मेंस।
देखिए जब आपकी पास परफॉर्मेंसेस होंगी अंडर द बेल्ट, और फिर जब आप पाकिस्तान टीम का हिस्सा बनेंगे, हाँ थोड़ा सा आप नर्वस तो होते हो, लेकिन वो जो आपकी परफॉर्मेंसेस हैं वो आपको आगे ही लेके जाती हैं। फिर आप वो वाला प्रेशर फील नहीं करते कि ओ अगर मैंने ना किया तो मैं बाहर हो जाऊंगा। अगर आपके दिमाग में नेगेटिविटी होगी तो वो प्ले ज़रूर करेगी और वो आपको खींचेगी। जब आपकी सोच ही पॉजिटिव होगी, जब आप में कॉन्फिडेंस होगा, आपको ये यकीन होगा अपने ऊपर कि मैंने करना है और होगा, तो फिर होता भी है।
चलें, वाकई वो नज़र आया हमें। बट थैंक यू सो मच टू बोथ ऑफ यू फॉर जॉइनिंग अस ऑन पिच साइड। हसन, अगेन वंस अगेन गुड लक फॉर द नेक्स्ट वन, यू वर रियली गुड टुडे, एंड वी होप कि आप इसी तरह करियर में जो है परफॉर्म करते रहें। एंड दैट वाज हसन नवाज एंड आमिर सुहेल just talking about today's game and the fact that Pakistan came out with a positive intent, which is what we saw overall from them today as well. We take a short breather and be back just in a bit. back on pitch side, and huge congratulations to Pakistan for registering that win and going 1-up in the series against Bangladesh. Just talking about Pakistan before the break and speaking to Hassan Nawaz, how they went about their business. But time to find out where Bangladesh went wrong as well and talk us through what happened in the game. I've got with me a set of new guests, which is basically Mike Hazeman, a local now, a veteran. That's what I like to call him. That's how much we've seen of him in the last few months. You're the local representative here on pitch side, and then we've also got Athar Ali Khan with us all the way from Bangladesh. Athar, just from a Bangladesh perspective, things started off so well, 5 for 2, Pakistan had 2 wickets down, and then they weren't really able to capitalize after that.
Yeah, thanks to some wonderful display of batting from the middle order, and then the low, especially Shadab when he came in and he smashed those quick fire 40 odd. But Bangladesh will be disappointed because when you start that well by picking up those early wickets, in the first 3 overs there was only 12 runs scored, and they did manage to pick up 2 wickets. One would have thought that they would have bowled better, because I thought, again, it was the bowling. At one stage, they really squeezed it up by not giving a single boundary for, 15 or 14 deliveries. So when that happens, the pressure is on the batters, not on the bowlers, but somehow they managed to get out of it and then smash those big shots in the end. So I think that's where the problem lies. Had the total or the target would have been maybe 20 or maybe 25 runs lesser, perhaps it would have been a better fist of things from the batters. But yeah, definitely batting was a disappointment, and Bangladesh will have to go back to this dressing room and the team meeting and find out a way to come back strongly, because it's a 3-match series. Yes, they've won down already, but you've got to have 2 matches to play, and if you can play better cricket in all departments of the game, then you never know, you might be able to come back.
All right, definitely lots to reflect from their side. From a Pakistan perspective, the platform was laid out well by their captain, Salman Ali Agha, because, Bangladesh did manage to make early inroads at the top. But some solid performances by that middle order from Pakistan.
Yeah, I mean, if I can just speak from a Pakistan point of view, I thought that the comeback was really good. I mean, they were in trouble right at the top, and those 2 wickets went down in the first couple of overs, and the Shuraful's delivery was swinging back and got the second wicket in the second over. I thought was instrumental, because that obviously made the other guys stand up and take notice of the ball swinging around, and that perhaps is going to be a bit of an issue. But the breaks were put on. I thought the captain's innings was really good, Salman Ali Agha. I thought he played really nicely, responsible knock, and he was shattered when he got out when he did, because he was looking to go on and get himself a big total. And Shadab Khan, I don't know how Shadab Khan just keeps doing it. He just does it all the time. He just keeps getting runs all the time, keeps chipping and getting wickets. He's a very handy fielder as well, and he's one of those, I think Pakistan's really fortunate in the fact that he's just one of those guys who's got a really gifted player from a number of angles. And this is when he was batting, actually. I mean, his 48 in half those number of balls is really good. This is at the end of the 18th over, where he got a 6 and a 4, where he really did play beautifully. A 6 and a 4, actually. 6 and a 4 was really good. So brilliant stuff from Shadab Khan, and again he's just stepping on the gas at exactly the right time. So when he got Salman Ali Agha getting that 56 off 34, and also got Shadab doing that, I mean, that then ripped the game away at that stage. And I'm with Athar Ali Khan, which is unusual in itself, in the comment that he made, because we never agree about anything. But I thought that we're going to get 180 at one stage, but the fact that they got past that 200 mark was, at that stage I thought that was the game. I must admit, I thought that was enough to win the game. But great recovery from 2 really good players.
Well, I'm in agreement with both of you on both your thoughts, so we're standing in solidarity on pitch side here. Athar, in response, you spoke about the bowling, and that's obviously an area of concern. But in response, just the way they went about the chase, when you talk about the approach, at power play, I think they were, 45 for 2. Perhaps, do you think there was a bit of restraint that we saw from their batting, or would you just put it down to some really good bowling from Pakistan?
Yeah, bit of a both. I mean, bowling was excellent. I mean, Hassan Ali was simply brilliant. But when you look at how they started, I mean, you talk about the partnership between Hridoy and Litun Kumar Das when they added 63 of just, 43 deliveries. It looked good. But initial thought comes to my mind when Tanzid Hassan Tamim, right at the top of the order, who smashed 31 of just 17 deliveries. He smashed, of 5 deliveries, smashed 26 runs with 3 sixes and 2 fours. Should have carried on, because he smashed 2 sixes, and the next delivery was a beauty when he got bowled by Hassan Ali. pitch of a delivery. So you give credit to the bowler, but at the same time, being a youngster, to get yourself into that frame of mind when you can hit those big boundaries early in the power play, you got to try to understand and accept the fact that it is you now who needs to take a little bit more responsibility and carry on and get close to that big total. Didn't happen. And when you get set and when you get out, it's a big blow, not just for himself, but also for the team, because you don't expect everybody to come in and bat the way you have shown what you did with the bat for those 17 deliveries. So I think that was a big blow for Bangladesh. But having said that, I thought Hassan Ali was simply brilliant. He picked up his best T20 international figures for the very first time. He did not pick 1 or 2, he picked up 5. And he started initially when he picked up the wicket of Parvez's son, Imon. And then this is the shot that I'm talking about. He smashed 2 sixes previously in the 2 balls. This was a quick one to Chakir Ali. And then he was, I mean, the batters were all at sea. It was a very good catch of his own bowling. And then this is what finishes it off. A really good catch to pick up his first fifer in T20 International.
Yeah, absolutely. Just talking about Hassan Ali's return, Hazy, it's been quite the fairy tale comeback for him in international cricket, considering, you know, he's had his share of injuries and just in terms of coming back, making his way back into the side. It was a pretty impressive performance.
You could see that he had the rhythm back when he was playing in the Pakistan Super League. I mean, he was a completely different bowler from what I'd seen a year before. And I was delighted to see that, because I think that any team that's got Hassan Ali in it, when he's bowling like that and he's got his rhythm and he's got his tail up and he's bowling quickly and knows exactly what he wants to do, is a completely different team. And I was actually quite interested during the Pakistan Super League. David Warner went out of his way, he was vice-captain, Hassan Ali, went out of his way to compliment him often about his strategies and the way he goes about his work and what he's like in the change room. And I thought that was really good. I'd like to ask Hassan Ali at some stage what he learnt from David Warner, because I think that'd be quite a nice conversation, because I reckon that that's given him more confidence, and that's the sort of thing that David Warner takes pride in, helping guys and boosting them as much as he possibly can and giving them more confidence in that internal change room environment. But I wasn't at all surprised really the way that he performed well today, the way that he bowled in the Super League, and I thought it was it's just great to see him fit and firing, which is the most important thing.
I think, I mean, to me, he comes as a bowler who, as a thinking bowler. He's not just talking about pace. He's got the skills to take the pace off the ball, and he always has some sort of surprise factor when the batters, even well set, is expecting something which doesn't come his way. That's where he makes a big impact. And he's been sensational. Remember those 2 sixes by Tanzid Hassan Tamim, and he gets the beauty of a slower delivery when he gets bowled out. Even when he bowled to Chakir Ali, when he smashed those boundaries, he bowled him a really quick delivery, and he was not expecting it. That is the X factor that Hassan Ali possesses, and I think he's been brilliant throughout.
Absolutely, you know, in talking about Hassan Ali, you really can't fault him for his attitude and the fact, you know, that he wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yeah,
that's pretty much every time that we've seen from him, even in the times when he wasn't able to perform or deliver, you know, his effort was unquestionable. So well done to Hassan Ali. We'll take a short break and be back and have a closer look at what lies ahead. Back on pitchside, and we're done with that first T20 international where Pakistan has won by 37 runs. They're now leading in this 3-match T20 international series. The remaining 2 games will also be played in Lahore. The next one is going to be on the 30th of May. We're just talking about Pakistan and Bangladesh, where Pakistan needs to perhaps, what are the areas of improvement? We're going to be talking about that as well. But from a Bangladesh perspective, do you think perhaps they could make a few changes? Do they have options whether they can utilize?
Well, there are options, Zainab, because there is Mehdi Hasan Miraj, who was the player of the tournament, the recently concluded Bangladesh Premier League, and he hasn't had a game yet. Maybe he can come in for Mahdi Hassan. It all depends the kind of combination that Phil Simmons thinks, the team management thinks that can make an impact. But I think more importantly for them to understand is that if you look at even today's match, Liton got a start. You know, he was looking solid, 40 of 30. Tanzid Hassan Tamim, I mentioned, 31 of 17, and even Jackarelli, 36 of 20. I mean, once you get set, you got to carry on and ensure you play a longer innings. And the more longer you play, you'll get opportunity to pick up boundaries because you're the one who set. So I don't think so you're going to see too many changes. Maybe Medius and Mirage comes in. Maybe if you're thinking about, there are a lot of right-handers. Do they want to have someone like Tanvir Islam? Because Rishad was expensive today. He went for 55 in 4 overs, the right-arm leg spinner. But he's a very good player. He's got good experience playing the PSL. It has been his home ground. So maybe we might see a change. Seeing someone like Medius and Mirage or maybe even Tanvir Islam. But it's the batting that has to come good. And once you get in, you need to make sure it counts.
Convert those starts is what Athar Ali Khan is saying. From a Pakistan perspective, then, they've also got several options and resources at their disposal. Not sure if they will make a change or will they stick to a winning combination. I mean, your thoughts, Hazy?
Yeah, just looking at that schedule. So it's 3 matches. You win the first one, you've got to win the second one, you've got to win the series before you make any changes in my book. So I wouldn't change it at all. There's the squad. I wouldn't make any changes. The one thing I would look at, though, and maybe this might mean a change, for me it was a very different scenario that I saw Fahim Ashraf bowling the first over compared to normally Shaheen Shah Afridi. I mean, that was a very different story. I mean, I just always love watching Shaheen Shah Afridi. He's not in the squad, of course, bowling that first over. I don't think Fahim Ashraf should be bowling that first over. It did go for 11. I think he's one of those guys who's got to do some donkey work in the middle, like he did in the PSL. I don't think he's one that should take the new ball and bowl that very first over. Hassan Ali doubled up and bowled beautifully, bowling the second over, and then he got wickets, and then it sort of went pretty nice after that. But Shaheen Shah Afridi not being there, and I do think he should be there, and I haven't heard any comments about the fact why he's not there. Someone say he might be rested, I don't know, I've heard nothing official. But I just think that they've got to find someone else to bowl that first over, and he's going to bowl it with real fire, and is going to set a terrific tone at the top, like Afridi normally does. But
who could that be?
It won't be Afridi. Well, it might be Hassan Ali. Who knows? It might be Hassan Ali at the top. He might do it. Nasim Shah might come in, although his form at the end of the PSL wasn't great either. So it might be Hassan Ali who maybe Abbas Afridi. Abbas Afridi's
Haris Rauf?
Haris Rauf? No, he's not a first over man, I don't think. But he's definitely, Fahim's not the guy.
Yeah, they've definitely got options that they can utilize with that new ball. Like you said, you know, you have Hassan Ali. Nasim Shah is also there. Didn't have a great, sort of towards the latter end of the HBL PSL, didn't bowl that well. But of course, you know, we know what he can do as well. I think it's time now to call it a night, though.
Oh, that's a pity. I was enjoying this chat.
we will be looking at what lies ahead before we leave. Just a quick look, and then all the action that we have lined up for you. All smiles on pitch side. It's been a wonderful days of cricket. We've got the next one now on the 30th of May, and the coverage starts at 7:25 p.m. local time, live from Gaddafi Stadium. Thank you so much for your time, Hazy and Athar. It's always a pleasure to have you guys on Pitchside. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's game. We certainly enjoyed bringing all the coverage to you. Until next time, though, it's goodbye from all of us.